My friend, my name is Landon Stewart, and I am joined by today my very good friend
Chris Stapleton. What's going on? And that's me on the left there, Landon on the right.
That is Stapes, the taller one here, and we are unbelievably excited to have you on this webinar today. And here's why. We've been working unbelievably hard over the past 4 to 6 weeks to bring this to you to help you create a real sustainable income online. So as we get started here, run over to the comments on the right-hand side of this video and let us know your name and the state you're coming in from. We do these webinars all the time, and it's fascinating to us to see people dial into these things from all around the world. So we're going to be getting started in about 2 seconds. We're just waiting for people to start coming on to this webinar. So as you watch it, here's what you can expect to learn. Stapes and I are going to walk you through how we have been able to build a $60,000 per month internet lifestyle business. And I realize that number seems enormous. If you would have asked me back in 2009 when I first got started in my business, like, do you believe someday you'll be making that kind of money? I probably would have said no. I just wanted to make an extra $3,000 a month so I could quit my job and travel around the world.
I just wanted to pay rent.
Yeah, and now we've been able to do that and a lot more. So regardless of what your goal is, our goal for you today is to help you get that. So allow us to introduce ourselves to you real quick before we dive in. So again, my name is Landon Stewart. This is Chris Stapleton. We call him Stapes, and we are known as some of the youngest, highest paid internet marketers in the industry. We both went from struggling inside of our internet businesses for years to now being able to create multiple six-figure incomes, quit our jobs, and travel around the world and live our dreams. We've been able to speak on stages around the United States, training internet marketers and entrepreneurs on how to succeed inside of their businesses. In fact, here's a picture of me and Stapes speaking at an event in Vegas just this past weekend. In fact, over the past few months now, we've personally done over $100,000 in income using the exact 3-step formula that we are about to share with you here today. And specifically, here's what you can expect to learn. So number one, in the first 5 minutes of this webinar, you're going to discover how it's possible for normal people, just like you and I, to create $3,000, $10,000, and even $30,000 a month incomes from the comfort of their own home. And I realize that sounds unbelievable, maybe even a tad unrealistic, but I want you to stick with us because not only are we going to show you how we're doing it, but we're going to show you how you can do it too. You'll also see the top 2 problems that most people face when they try to create an income online, and more importantly, how you can easily avoid them. You'll also see the only 3 things that you need to virtually guarantee you succeed inside of an online business. Tip, the moment Stapes learned this 3-step formula, he had his first $9,000 month online. So pay extra close attention to this part. And last but not least, number 4, you'll also discover how you can get started with our system today and begin working directly with us without having to spend any of your own money up front. So if you're excited for this webinar, if you're excited to see exactly how we're doing this, go into the comments and give me a big yes. Say, Landon, yes, I'm excited. Write yes in the comments, and we will get started here in just a second. So who is this training for specifically? It's for 2 kinds of people. There are about 2 kinds of people watching this webinar right now. There's number 1 is someone who has a home-based business already. So you might be involved in a network marketing business or an affiliate marketing business. You might be a coach or consultant. You're already familiar with this industry. And number 2 is someone who might not have any idea that this even exists. When I know growing up, I had no idea that there were people making money online without a job, without a boss. I didn't know this existed. And so regardless of who you are, what we're going to share with you today can absolutely work for you. Regardless of what your experience level is, we are going to show you exactly how this works and how people are creating full-time incomes online.
And you didn't know any of this existed until you clicked a link.
Yeah, until I clicked a link and watched a webinar like this a few years ago. But on the flip side of that, it's also not for a few different kinds of people. So number 1, realize that our results aren't typical. We're not saying that you're going to go make $30,000 a month by simply watching this webinar, like Stapes and I are. In fact, we found that the average person who buys any kind of home business or something like it rarely gets the results they want. And it's kind of like how the average person who buys exercise equipment rarely ends up looking like the person in the commercials. And we don't know for sure why that is, but I think it's safe to say that that's true across the board. It's probably because most people don't end up using what what they're buying. The bottom line is this stuff is hard work and it takes risk. And on top of that, almost nothing works the first time, at least not for us anyways. You've got to stick with it. So if you're looking for some sort of magic pill or an easy button that's going to rain money down upon you, we're not your guys. And this webinar might not be for you. But that being said, if you are looking for a way that with just a little bit of sweat, a little bit of work, that you can create a life that's so exciting, so exhilarating, and so mesmerizing that even your work feels like play, keep watching, because I think you're going to love what we're about to share with you today. So if you'd like what we're about to share with you to work for you too, just like it's working for Stapes and I right now, here's what you need to do. Number 1, watch this entire training from beginning to end. And number 2, follow our instructions exactly. Eventually, you can go do it your own way. But create your first $3,000 a month or $6,000 a month just following what we're going to share with you today. And number 3, take massive action. Do we have a deal? Head on over to the comments again and just give us a yes if we have a deal, if you're willing to do those 3 things. Because if you are, Stapes and I will give you everything we've got today. We won't hold anything back. We'll show you exactly what we're doing to make $30,000 a month each. I used to make $30,000 a year. I'm a 25-year-old kid now doing that every month. And I'm going to show you exactly how I'm doing it if we have a deal. So give us a yes in the comments if that's fair. Our promise to you is that by the time this training ends, you'll 100% understand our internet lifestyle formula. See proof that it works for everyday average people just like you and I, and how you can use this formula to earn commissions in just 15 minutes or less without having to cold call prospects or harass friends and family or do any of that stuff that no one actually ever even wants to do. And I realize that those are massive promises, but stick with us because we can absolutely deliver. And just to give you an idea of how valuable this training is for you. So we created a system that you'll actually be able to get access to at the end of this webinar. And we had a guy reach out to us who's actually the owner of a company who's processed over $200 million in sales. And you might not be able to read it. It could be a little bit small on your screen. But he actually offered to pay me $100,000 per month. That's a month to build a system like this for him. And I said no, because I wanted this to be exclusive to me and to you watching this webinar today. So this is unbelievably valuable. So pay extra close attention. Watch this entire thing. So before we dive in and we begin sharing with you the 3-step formula we've used to create this kind of income, I do have a quick confession to make. So even though I do multiple 6 figures a year in my business today and I'm speaking on stages traveling the world, it hasn't always been this way for me. I got started back in 2009 as a 19-year-old kid because I saw my mom get laid off from her job. I saw all of these things happening in the market, and I was like, I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to do it my own way. So I got started in a network marketing business, except I struggled in it for a long time. In fact, about 4 years later, as a 23-year-old kid, I was still living at home with mom and dad. All of my friends were graduating from college and getting good jobs. I had been fired from every job that I had. I had a few $100 in the bank. I was a college dropout, and it didn't look like things were going to work for me. It looked like I had made a massive mistake by getting started in this internet thing, right? But then I discovered the formula that we're going to be sharing with you today, and I started implementing it. And within a few months, I had my first $10,000 month inside of my business. And now, over the past few years, I've been on dozens of vacations around the world. I've been to Dubai. I've been to San Diego a bunch of times, Florida. I've been able to travel all around the world, and it's because of this information that you are going to get your hands on today. So it absolutely works. Take it incredibly seriously because it isn't just working for me. Here is my very good friend, Chris Stapleton, who began implementing this. And Stapes, if you want to share a little bit about yourself, brother.
Yeah, and here's a picture of me and my girlfriend right after I was able to actually quit my job. But it wasn't always like that. I actually have been in the industry for over 10 years. And I struggled immensely trying to figure this whole thing out. I spent thousands and thousands of dollars on books, courses, coaches, and I continually smashed my head against the wall. And I came to a point where my girlfriend at the time broke up with me. My mom and dad were kind of sketched out about my future. My friends started mocking me, and I almost quit. And it wasn't until I actually plugged into the system that we're about to show you now that I actually was able to break through into my first $9,000 month. And just last year, guys, I was working a job serving rice and beans, margaritas at a Mexican restaurant, and now I'm living my dreams. We're traveling. I just had my first $27,000 month. It's super exciting. So pay close attention because I'm just a normal guy that plugged into this formula, just like you guys watching right now.
Thank you for being on here,
Yeah.
bro. It's an honor to have you here.
Super fun.
And so here's what we want to do right now. So here in about 2 seconds, we are going to dive into the formula. And we're going to show you exactly how this works so that you can begin implementing it inside of your own life and getting results like this too. But before we show you the formula and exactly how this works, let's just talk for a second about why this industry works the way that it does and why it's very exciting. So back when I was 19, I knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur. Like I said earlier, I had seen my mom struggle, I had seen my family, and I didn't want to do that. I knew I wanted to have my own thing, except I had a problem, which was I didn't have any money. So I couldn't go buy a franchise. I couldn't go start my own business. There was nothing that I could do. So I found the only thing that I knew that I could afford to do, and that was a little network marketing business, right? And so I get started in this little network marketing business as a 19-year-old kid. I'm like, this thing's gonna be freaking easy. All I have to do is get a few people. They go out there and they get a few people, and I'm gonna be rich. And I was excited, except it didn't work for me the way that they said that it did. I went and I talked to my friends and family. I went and I prospected in the shopping mall. Stapes did the exact same thing.
Oh, yeah.
And it just didn't work. And I didn't know that this internet marketing industry even existed. I didn't know there were people making tens of thousands of dollars every single month without prospecting the friends and family, without wandering around the shopping malls. All they were doing was placing an ad on the internet, just setting up a simple system, and they were creating automated income. I didn't know this existed until 2013. And then when I discovered this, my entire world flipped upside down because here's the power of internet marketing. What we're going to be showing you here over the next few minutes is how you can literally go out and place an ad on websites that you probably are familiar with, places like Facebook and places like Instagram, websites we all use every day, and how you can literally have that ad seen by tens of thousands of people within just a few days. Like people that don't even know you right now can be seeing your content. And so you can essentially market anything that you want on the internet without having to talk to friends and family, without doing all of those things, and you can receive commissions automatically. Stapes, anything you'd like to add there, brother?
It's powerful. I mean, it really is true leverage, and the internet has changed my life. It's changed your life and hundreds of people that we're working with. And let's dive into the formula.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we're going to get to the formula here in just a second. But first, what I want to do is I want to show you that, like, what we're going to be sharing with you here, this internet marketing thing. So what we're going to be walking you through is what we call, or not what we call, but what's called affiliate marketing. What's affiliate marketing mean? It means essentially you're sending a website visitor to any website, and when someone buys something, you earn a commission on that sale. And to show you that this isn't some, like, internet scheme thing that me and Stapes invented, let me show you this. So this is a small store. You might have heard of it. It's Walmart. And Walmart, if you go to their website and scroll to the very bottom, you'll see that they have an affiliate program. So Walmart is leveraging this exact same business model that we're about to walk you through. And it isn't just Walmart, it's also Best Buy. You can actually be an affiliate of Best Buy. So you can send people to bestbuy.com, and anytime someone buys something from Best Buy, you can earn a commission for it. And it isn't just Best Buy, it's also Amazon, and it's every major website. In fact, Stapes and I use this awesome Vitamix blender. And if we wanted to, we could go on Facebook right now and be like, hey guys, we love this Vitamix blender, go and check it out and buy it. And anytime someone bought it, we would earn a commission for that referral, right? So you can refer people to anything online, and we're going to be showing you our exact offer here in a little bit and how we're making $30,000 a month. That isn't with these sites, but it's with a similar model, right? To where, again, you're not prospecting the friends and family. You're earning a commission anytime you just send a visitor somewhere, and we're going to be walking you through exactly how to do that here in the next little bit. In fact, here's a book by a guy named James Canton, and you may or may not be familiar with who he is, but he's the guy that presidents go to when they want to know what's going to happen in the future. And here's his prediction that he outlined inside of this book, Future Smart. He says that by 2020, so that's coming in the next few years, digital entrepreneurs, which is affiliate marketing, which is people just like you and I, just regular people, not major corporations, regular people will make up over 70% of the global economy within just the next couple of years. This
That's
is
wild.
the future. This is the modern day gold rush. And you're in the trend before it's even becoming the trend. And this isn't just some theory that's going to happen years from now. It's working for Stapes and I right now. In fact, here's a campaign that we ran. And again, here in a little bit, we're going to show you exactly how we do this and how this works. But as you can see, this is a Facebook ad that I placed. And if you aren't familiar with what that is, we'll be explaining it more here in just a little bit. So I placed an ad on Facebook and I ran the ad for about 60 days. Within those 60 days, I had 150,000 people see that ad. People that don't know me, that I don't know.
That's
right?
like a stadium.
Yeah, like an entire stadium within 60 days. I'm placing ads right next to AT&T, right next to Coca-Cola. I'm leveraging the same platforms on a tiny budget. I spent a few $1,000s, right? And you don't have to spend that much. You can actually get started with just a few bucks a day. And check out what happened, right? So I spent $3,400 on ads, as you can see right now. And here's my merchant account. I process my payments through Stripe, and this is that merchant account right here. I created 103 customers and $72,000 in income. So I spent $3,000 to make $70,000. If I said, hey, let's spend $3,000 over the next 60 days and you'll make $70,000, would you be open to doing that ad campaign?
All day.
All day, right? Here's what that means. It means that every time I spent $1 on advertising, I made $20 in return. So I wouldn't have had to spend $3,000 if I didn't have it. I could have spent $300 and made $7,000, right? And we aren't guaranteeing that you are going to get results like that, but that's what happened for me. And here in the next few minutes, we're actually going to walk you through how you can leverage the exact same ad campaigns. Stapes, are you excited for that?
Pumped. Let's rock and roll.
So if you're excited to see how this works, give me a yes in the comments, and we are going to be showing you how it works here in just a few minutes. But before we do, let's walk you through a few of the problems that you'll face on your way to creating a six-figure income. It's important to understand what could hold you back from reaching it so that you can avoid these problems and start creating the level of income that you deserve, so that you can begin traveling the world, so that you can begin hanging out with the family more, so that you can begin paying the bills stress-free. So let's walk you through a few of the problems. So there's really two major problems, and if you don't have out a notepad and a pen yet, I would get that out right now so that you can write these down. So there's two problems that you'll face, and they're massive. The first is the learning curve that it takes. So typically, when someone gets started online, it takes them years to learn everything that it takes to create an income online. For example, you have to learn things like how to actually go out and place those ads. You have to learn how to build something called a sales funnel. And you might not even be familiar with what that is, but that's essentially a system that's going to do the selling for you. You have to learn how to create something like that. You have to figure out who to trust, right? Because there's a lot of people online talking about making money online, but not all of them are trustworthy.
It's almost like a networking curve. You know, you
Yeah.
don't know who to trust. There's so many people out there online. It's like, who do I talk to?
Yeah, exactly. And so why is this a problem? Well, the problem is that if it takes someone 4 years to learn how to do this, most people quit before they ever learn how to actually create an income online. And so the reason Stapes and I are doing this webinar today is to shave this learning curve for you, so that instead of you going out and building these sales funnels that take people years to learn how to build, Stapes and I are going to show you how you can just use ours. Instead of having to learn how to write all of these ad campaigns on your own, Stapes and I are going to show you how you can just use our ad campaigns.
And we're really excited to show you some of the stories rolling out from people tapping into our formula, cutting this learning curve in half, even by 80%. 90%. Yeah. So we'll show you some stories here in a minute. It's pretty exciting.
It's amazingly exciting. And so that's the reason we're doing this webinar today. And problem number 2, and this is really big, is profit margins. And let me explain what I mean by this. So a lot of people, when they get started online, they find a product that they might like. So they're like, hey, let me give you an example. So there's a book that I really like. It's Tim Ferriss's 4-Hour Workweek.
Ooh,
I've given
that's
it
a good
to
one.
a ton of people. If you haven't read it, I highly recommend it. You can go to Amazon and buy it. It's like $10.
Kind of like our business Bible.
Yeah, it's called 4-Hour Workweek, and I love the book, right? I love it. Except here's the problem with that book. If I were to go and try to sell this book, I'm making 50 cents every time I sell it. So like if I wanted to make $10,000 a month online, I would have to sell literally thousands and thousands of these books. And that is a major problem because it's hard to go out and spend money on advertising and to go and place a Facebook ad if you don't have profit margins. We see this same problem in a traditional network marketing business where you're making $6 per month when you refer in a customer, right? When you have these tiny profit margins, what happens is it's almost impossible to go out and acquire customers for that. And again, the reason Sapes and I are doing this webinar today is because we've solved this problem, and we are going to show you exactly how you can tap into our offer that has amazingly high profit margins so that when we go spend $1 on advertising, we're not losing money like most people, but we're making $20 in return. Our goal for you today is to be able to hand you a system that you can use to literally predict the amount of money that you are going to make. I know for sure that when I place an ad, I'm going to have a profit. I know it for sure because I've done it so many times. And so we want you to be able to predict your income. If that's exciting to you, give me a yes in the comments because we're about to dive in right now. So give me a quick yes in the comments and we are going to show you exactly how this works. So what's the solution to these problems? Well, before we dive in, let me show you just a little bit more proof. So here's a campaign that Staves ran. He spent $750 in a month and made $7,500. That's not a bad month.
Yeah, it felt good. The stress started melting away at that point.
Yeah, like that's like doctor income. That's
Yeah.
like lawyer income. And did you go to college, Shapes?
I did, but I dropped out.
Okay, so you're a college dropout.
Yeah.
You were 6 months ago. You're slinging rice and beans
Yeah,
for a living.
really scared too, just of what I was gonna do, how I was gonna make it all work. I struggled for years in this industry.
And then you
So-
plugged into the formula we're about to show.
Yep.
And now you're making doctor income.
Yep.
What'd you do last month?
Last month I did 27,000.
27,000 last month.
Yeah,
From this formula.
from the exactly what we're about to
So
show
if
you.
you're excited,
Yeah.
again, give me a yes in the comments. So what's the secret? Again, the problems are the learning curve and the profit margins. And the solution is this formula that we're about to walk you through right now. Again, what we're going to do inside of this webinar is walk you through our 3-step internet lifestyle formula that we're using to combine to make around $60,000 per month. And we'll actually show you proof of that in our checks here in just a little bit. If you haven't already, grab out the notepad and piece of paper. You are going to want to write this down because we're going to show you exactly how this is working for us. We can't guarantee that you'll get the same results, but we're happy to share with you exactly what's working for us right now. If you're excited, say, Landon, I'm excited. Stapes, I'm excited. Write that in the comments
we
because
love
we're about
feeding
to
off
dive
your
in.
energy because we do see all those comments.
We love.
Yep.
Okay, so here's the 3-step formula. I want you to write this down. So the very first step, if you want to make 6 figures per year or even just $3,000 a month online, the very first step of doing that is what we call the offer. So what do we mean by the offer? Well, the offer is the thing that you are going to sell to make money online. So for you to create a commission, you have to sell something, and it could really be anything. You could become an affiliate with Best Buy if you wanted, or with Amazon if you wanted, and you could sell their problems now, or their products.
Their
excuse
problems.
me. Yeah, their products. Now, most people face 2 problems with their offers. The first is what we talked about earlier, which is the profit margin. So the first problem they face is that they're selling things that don't have profit margins. So when they sell it, there's not enough money there for them to actually get a big enough commission to pay for the advertising. That's the first problem that people face. Problem number 2 is that a lot of people are selling products that people just don't actually want to buy. If you look at the network marketing industry, for example, there is one of the biggest companies in the world just got fined $200 million. Why did they get by the FTC? Why did
And
they
this
get
is a
fined?
household name too.
Yeah, this is one of the biggest companies in the world. Why did they get fined that? It's because the majority of the people that were involved in that network marketing business were only involved for the business opportunity. They didn't actually want to buy the product. They didn't have people actually buying the product, and so they were fined $200 million. And so again, the problem that most people face is that they don't have profit margins, number 1, and number 2, they're selling things that people just don't want to buy.
Naturally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first step, if you want to make a lot of money, is selling products that people want. That seems to be pretty intuitive. So what makes what we do different? Well, number 1, we sell products that have high profit margins. And we're actually going to walk you through our exact offer here in just a few minutes that you can use if you'd like to. So we sell things with high profit margins, and we'll walk you through how that works in a second. And number two, we sell something that people cannot wait to buy. When they see it, they are legitimately excited to buy it for the actual product. And so because of that, it makes it easy for us to sell it. Stapes, does that make sense, bro?
I'm all over it. Yeah.
If that makes sense to you watching right now, give me a quick yes in the comments. And so here, let me give you a little bit of background story about what we're about to share with you. So back about 6 months ago now, I was stuck inside of my business. I was making about $8,000 a month, $8,000 to $10,000 a month, and I was stuck there for about 3 years straight. And some people would look at that and be like, oh, 8,000 to 10,000, that's not bad. And it wasn't bad. I was happy. I was living a cool life. But stuck is stuck, right? And when you make 10,000, you want to make more. My goal for about 3 years straight was 30K per month, but it seemed like no matter what I did, I just couldn't break through this glass ceiling that I had on top of myself. And then about 6 months ago, I combined two things. Number one was an offer with high profit margins, and number two was a system that did the selling for me. And we're gonna walk you through this exact system here in a little bit. So I created this new kind of system that no one else in the entire internet world was using. I didn't know if it would work or not, and it worked amazingly well. In fact, in 1 month, I went from making $8,000 per month to the very next month doing $36,000. If you'd like to see how I went from 8K a month for 3 years straight to 36 the very next month, give me a yes in the comments. So I did it with this system, and then then a magical thing started happening. I had people begin reaching out to me, wanting to be affiliates of me, wanting to work with me, wanting to use this exact system, except I had a problem. This product that I was selling was mine, and I didn't have the infrastructure to support the growth. So I took on one affiliate, and guess who that affiliate was?
Hello.
That was Stapes. And Stapes had $7,500 in income with it his very first month.
Right.
That was pretty magical, and I was like, I want to give this system to other people. But I literally couldn't. I couldn't because I didn't have the infrastructure. So me and Stapes got together, and we're like, we need to craft this system, take this system that's working amazingly well, and combine it with an offer that's also high profit margin, just like this one, except has the infrastructure to support the growth. So that isn't just me and Stapes making $30,000 a month with it, but so that you can make money with it too. That's pretty cool, right, bro?
Yeah, because like right when I had my first big month, my friends were hitting me up like, man, how can I get involved? What can I do? And we simply didn't have the infrastructure. We couldn't scale it. We couldn't bring people on. And this is where the whole story comes together with what we're about to show you now.
Exactly. So here's what we're going to do right now. We are going to walk you through our exact offer, the exact offer that we're using right now to combine to make around $60,000 a month. So we're going to walk you through that exact offer, and then what we're going to do is walk you through the system and how you can create a full-time income with this offer. Now, some of you watching might have an offer that you already have, and that's totally fine. This does not interfere with what you're already doing if you're doing that. And some of you are looking for an offer, and if this is you, this is perfect. So the reason we're showing you this offer is for two reasons. Number one is so that you fully understand why this is working so well. This is like a case study where we're taking you behind the scenes of what's working right now. And for you to really understand why it's working so well, you need to see what we're actually promoting. Does that make sense?
Yep.
And then number two reason is at the end of this webinar, we're going to invite a few of you watching right now to partner directly with us within this offer. And we want you to fully understand exactly how this works. So the offer that we promote is a company called Renaissance. What is Renaissance? It is a travel membership, right? It's a travel membership, and essentially Renaissance has partnered with over 5,000 locations worldwide, luxury resorts worldwide, where they are able to give discounts on travel. And I know it's like discounts on travel. What's that about? That's what I thought the first time, but check this out. Me and Stapes were planning a trip to Hawaii here in the next couple of months, and the price on Expedia for an entire week, right? So an entire week, 7-day trip to Expedia is going to be about $3,100 through Expedia. Guess how much me and Stapes are getting this trip for an entire week? $599.
That's out the door with taxes and everything.
That is everything. $599, right? For the like that, and it's a 2-bedroom place, so
With
we're
a
gonna split
kitchenette,
it.
yeah.
And so it's only gonna be $300 each. That's less than $50 a night in a luxury resort, oceanfront in Hawaii. That's pretty cool, isn't that, bro?
Yeah,
And
I'm
so
pumped.
you can see why this offer is working so well and why it pays out such a big commission. So we're going to show it to you here in a sec. But first, let me just show you some examples of what some of our members have been able to do inside of Renaissance. So this is one of our members. They were able to go to the Hacienda Del Mar Vacation Club in Cabo. And on Expedia, the trip total, actually this is Travelocity, the trip total was $2,100. And look how much they paid for the entire week.
I know that's a little small,
$549.
but that's $549.
That's $549. They saved $1,600 on just one trip. And it's interesting because Travelocity says best price guarantee. I wonder why we'll show you how that works and how the travel industry does that here in just a little bit. Here's another one. This was a trip to Hawaii, and one of our members saved $2,300 on one trip.
And these are the same dates, too.
Yeah, and you can see these are the exact. This is February 2015. It's Saturday 7th to Saturday 14th. Saturday, let's see,
7th to 14th.
7th through 14th, right there. It's $3,000 through Expedia, $698 through our membership. $2,300 saved on one trip. Here's a $1,600 saved on one trip to Colorado. Here is a $1,900 off on a trip to Maui, right? The exact same dates, Expedia, $2,600, Renaissance, $699 for the entire week. At prices like this, it's like you're almost forcing yourself to go take cool trips.
Yeah.
Because at $2,600, me and Staves might look at that trip and be like, we might not.
Exactly.
You know, at $699, it's like there's no reason not to
It's
take
like,
that
hey,
trip.
I'm swimming with the dolphins too.
Yeah.
I'm going out to nice places to eat. I'm gonna go
Exactly.
parasailing. It's like you have some extra spending money.
Exactly. And we have more examples. Here's a trip to Disney World. You might have kids. You might want to go to Disney World. This is one of the resorts in Disney World, Star Island Resort Club. $2,900 on Expedia. Our price $699 for the entire week. $2,000
That sleeps
saved.
8. That's a big family too.
That sleeps 8. You can invite another couple along, some of your
Yeah.
friends along, split it.
Yeah.
Oh man, here is another trip to Hawaii. $1,300 saved. $2,000 through Expedia, $698 through Renaissance. And you might be like, this is like too good to be true.
Yeah.
Like you're saving thousands of dollars on every trip. There's no way it works this way. We're actually going to walk you through exactly how this works here in just a second. So hang tight. In fact, here's a trip that Stapes took with the guys to the Timbers in Pagosa Springs. If you want to kind of walk through that story
sure.
a
So
little
we
bit.
wanted to make a little video. I kind of walk you through the spot here. And one of my dream trips was always to go to Colorado with my best friends to go snowboarding. And if you see in this video, this is right outside of the house. We had 24 inches of snow the day we woke up and filmed this video. Beautiful, crisp air. It's one of the best ski resorts in the nation. And as you can see here, it's a little different than a hotel. It kind of feels like your own little cottage in a way. Most of them have kitchens. This is a two-story lounge here up top. Walk you through some of the bedrooms. We were up here watching the basketball game that evening. We had plenty of room to hang out, sit down by the fire, and it was really an experience that we'll never forget. It was actually a dream trip that I wrote down in my journal 4 years ago. And all of a sudden, when we were there, Landon, and everyone listening, I was actually experiencing like one of my dreams, and I didn't even realize it until I looked back at my journal from years ago. And here's some social media pics of the buddies. We're actually, every night after we went snowboarding, we would go over to the springs, that picture on the right. There's a beautiful hot springs where we can sit and laugh and soak up and lick our wounds from the snowboarding all day. And guess how much we paid for the week? $398.
And
So-
there was like 8 of you, right?
So we literally threw down like I don't even know. I threw down a few
40
20
each.
bucks. Yeah, it was like a few 20s on the table, and we were laughing. We had pizza. It was just a really good trip, and it literally cost us almost nothing.
Guys, this is prime time in Colorado.
Yeah, prime time.
For $398 for the entire week, and we
Yeah.
brought 8 people, so it
Yep.
was literally $40 each for the entire week.
Yep, and we all had our own beds, and we had, what's nice about these is they have the kitchenettes, so you can actually grab food, groceries. We cooked ourselves dinner a few nights a week. This is at the actual location if you want to go over it.
Yeah, and here's the cool thing about it. So if you were to go to VRBO, which is Vacation Rental by Owner, and get this exact resort, and you wanted to take this exact trip, instead of $398, you would have paid a little over $2,000. That's like $1,600 saved on just one trip.
Yep, we saved about 81%.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
So how
we
is
dumped
that?
that into the mountain. We bought
Yeah.
better
You got some
snowboards.
drinks,
we
maybe.
had a little drinks up at the lodge up top of the mountain before we went down. It was fun.
Now, you might be wondering, how is that possible? How does Renaissance save people so much money on travel? And that's what my first question was when I saw it. So let me walk you through how this works. Here's how Renaissance is able to beat Expedia and Travelocity by up to 90%. So what most people don't realize, and what I didn't realize for a long time, is that it actually isn't free to have a listing on one of those travel websites. Those sites like Travelocity and Expedia, what they are really is a paid classified advertising platform. What does this mean? It means that resorts have to pay to be there, and whoever pays the most gets the highest ranking when someone does a search.
They pay big money too.
So it's not like Expedia's like, yeah, let's put no, like they're paying to be there. Typically, the resorts that you see on the first pages of those big sites, Travelocity, Expedia, etc., they pay over 6 figures a year to have their listing shown at the top. But the thing about Renaissance is that it is a private membership and it's not open up to the public. And so what that means is we get to deal directly with individual resorts who get to advertise inside of our membership to a small army of now over 70,000 active members for free. So they get to advertise to all of these people who love to travel without spending any money. So because they get to advertise their resorts at no cost, the resorts actually end up making almost as much profit even though they're charging 50 to 90% less. So the resort's making the same amount of money, but we get it instead of $2,000 for $498, or like me and Stapes, instead of $3,100 to Hawaii, we're getting it for $599.
So really that $3,200 to Hawaii is like $2,000 to Expedia, and then a little bit, you know what, does that make sense?
Exactly,
You know what I mean?
exactly. And so resorts love our club because they have essentially zero risk, and they get to advertise to tens of thousands of members who love to travel at absolutely no cost to them. And so that's the very short story. We could obviously explain this for 20 minutes, but that's a short story of how this virtually unbeatable pricing is created. So now let's put our marketing hat on and ask ourselves, okay, so that's like the consumer end, like it's saving us money on travel. But now let's look at like, why is this working so well, and why are me and Stapes making $30,000 a month promoting this? Well, there's a few reasons. Number one is that Renaissance's travel membership is something that people actually want. Like people actually want to. We don't have to sit there and be like, hey, you should really start going on some vacations.
Travel's pretty cool.
No, like people are itching to travel. I guarantee if you were to ask someone, hey, money's no object, right? Money's completely taken care of. What are you doing more of?
Yeah.
What are they answering? They're answering travel.
It's a natural desire. I think just being human, you just want to move.
Yeah, exactly. We want vacations. And so we don't have to convince someone to want to do this. Number two is that it's technically 2 products in one, so it allows us to tap into multiple budgets. So let me explain what we mean by this, because this might be a little confusing at first. So people compartmentalize budgets inside of their mind. What does that mean? Well, let's say, for example, that someone wants to go and buy a house. Imagine this is a house. I'm not a very good drawer, but it's here.
You did good there.
Yeah, that's not bad. Okay, so imagine someone wants to go and buy this house. Well, what most people don't realize is that people have 2 budgets. They have the budget for the house, and then they have the budget for things that are going to go in the house. They have the budgets for the electronics. They have the couch budgets. So me and Stapes, we were looking at getting this really nice apartment downtown Tempe, and we had a budget where we were willing to pay $2,000 for the house and then an extra $1,000 a month for the furniture in the house, right? And so we have multiple budgets. Well, that's exactly how this works. So Renaissance is a travel membership where it's saving people money on travel. It's also a business opportunity that allows people to earn commissions. And so because it has multiple products, we're able to tap into multiple budgets.
The business budget and the travel budget.
Exactly.
Yep.
That's exactly how that works. And then
That's
on top
powerful.
of, it's unbelievably powerful. And then on top of that, Renaissance pays out high ticket commissions, making this a strategic profit center for our business. So Renaissance actually pays out a $3,000 commission. So anytime you refer someone, instead of making $6, like I used to whenever I was involved in a traditional network marketing business, I make $3,000 day one. That's like 25 years of residual income in a traditional like network marketing kind of thing.
For one customer,
From one customer, right? And Renaissance is not a network marketing business. It is purely an affiliate model. Just like you'd be sending people to Best Buy, just like you would send people to Walmart. It's the exact same concept. It's just through an offer that pays out high ticket commissions, and we'll explain why that's so important here in a little bit. So what's next? So you have the offer. You have the high ticket offer. You're promoting Renaissance. You're doing all of these things. What do you need to do next? Well, the next thing you need to do is step number 2, definitely write this down, and that is the marketing. See, there's a lot of people that might have good products that people would want to buy, but they don't know how to market it. They don't know how to get eyeballs on their offer. So if you want to make the kind of income that Stapes and I are making, right? If you want to do even just an extra $6,000 a month, guess what? You're going to have to learn how to market. Now, the good thing is marketing is pretty easy today because of the way the internet is built. And so me and Stapes, we do two kinds of marketing, and I would definitely write this down if I were you. Number one is we do what's called a Facebook ad. So if you've ever been on Facebook and you see a little ad that says sponsored at the top, that's an ad. Someone is actually paying Facebook a little bit of money for you to see that ad. And the beautiful thing about it is that you place an ad on Facebook one time.
And how many people saw this ad?
33,000 people saw this ad in a matter of days.
Yeah.
In days, right? And I placed it one time,
right?
Like Stapes placed an ad 6 months ago, and still making money today.
It's still working today.
And it's still making money today, right? So you do the work one time, and then it automatically generates visitors for you and leads for you. People saying, hey, I'm interested in buying. It automatically does that day after day after day. You can actually have your ad seen by thousands of people within just days of publishing it. You're advertising right alongside AT&T. This is the first time in history where it's possible for normal people like you and I to get the same ad space as Coca-Cola. It's never been possible before. And we'll show you how Facebook ads work here in a little bit. We also do Instagram. The great thing about Instagram is that it's a 100% free marketing strategy. So, Stapes, this is actually what got you free, right?
Yeah. Before I had money for advertising, I was broke. And I had no money, and I had to figure out a way to build a little audience, get some momentum, start storytelling, start taking people through my experiences to get some leads, which we'll explain what that is here in a minute. So I started going on Instagram, and I started posting pictures of my life and telling the stories and my breakthroughs and sharing moments that were powerful for me. And we're going to actually show you how you can tap into Instagram and start generating leads, start generating eyeballs on your offer, and start building an audience from scratch with zero experience. We're going to actually show you exactly how to do that. It's a lot easier than you think, too.
Exactly. Like, for example, with Facebook ads, every day, me and Stapes each generate 30 to 50 leads. What does that mean? It means that every single day, 30 to 50 people raise their hand and say, hey, I'm interested in buying exactly what you have to offer. You can use this strategy to sell anything that you want. You could sell Renaissance if you wanted to. You could sell anything through this model because you have people, right? Marketers run the world. It's amazing. Most likely the clothes you're wearing right now, the car you drive, what you do on a daily basis, marketers did that, and we now get to do that same thing through an ad.
And before I started marketing, I was running around tapping people on the shoulder, passing out business cards, knocking on doors, like forcing my products into people's lives. And now people give me permission to market. Now they're reaching out to us on Facebook and Instagram on a daily basis saying, Chris, Landon, show me the way. Like, we want more. We want to learn how you guys are doing this. And they're giving us full permission to market our products versus before really just shoving it down their throat.
Yeah,
you know
that's not fun. No one likes ads, right?
Yeah.
No one likes to
No one likes to be sold to.
Yeah, no one likes that. And here, instead of being the hunter and like going out, we become the hunted. And we're going to show you exactly how this works in just a few minutes and how you can use Facebook and Instagram and super platforms to start generating leads, sales, and commissions here in just a little bit. So what's the next step? Well, after you've placed your ads, right? So you're out there, you have an offer that pays big commissions. So you have profit margins. It's something that people want to buy, and you go out and you place an ad for it. What's next? Well, the next thing you need is a system. You need a system that does all of the telling and selling for you. So for a long time inside of my business, guess who the system was?
You.
It was me. I was the system. If I wanted to get a sale and make money, I was on the phone like, hey, you've got to buy this. Like, hey, you've got to do this. I was on the phone, 6-7 hours a day trying to pitch people on buying something, and no one was buying.
Doing one-on-one presentations.
And no one was even buying. It wasn't even working, right?
Yeah.
Now, today, for example, take a look at this webinar you're watching right now. So me and Stapes, we're actually recording this webinar as we shoot it right now, and we will have this webinar go out and talk to people on our behalf. It's going to do all of the telling, and so we're doing the work one time, and then the system is totally automated after that. Imagine having a system working for you. And we're going to walk you through exactly how this works here in a sec. But first, let me give you an example to show you the power of this. So here, this was a few months ago now. It was April, right? In April, I had a $19,000 week in my business. Actually, my second best week ever, so it's not a typical week, but still a really good week. 19 G's in a week.
Not
That's
bad.
like, you're feeling pretty good at the end of that week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that was, you can see the dates here, April 7 through the 13th of 2016. I did $19,000. And here was the magical thing about that week. I actually wasn't working. We hosted an event that week, and I took the entire week off. As you can see here, April 10, which is right in the middle of 7 through 13, is me and Stapes having an event. We had about 15 people over. We rented a mansion, and we were teaching people some of the things that we're teaching you right now. We took our VIPs at that event out to a really cool speakeasy. It's an underground thing here in Arizona.
Al Capone used to go there.
Al
and had a little
Capone used to
speakeasy.
frequent it. We went to an ultra read that week with the guys where we got together and read. I took a week off and did $19,000. How is that possible? How do you do $19,000 in a week without working? Well, let me show you how it works right now. So remember earlier how we talked about how you could place a Facebook ad? Well, here's what we do. We take the people that click on that Facebook ad and we send them through what we call a lead capture page. What's the lead capture page designed to do, Stapes?
Capture an email.
Capture a lead, right? And so this is someone who's raising their hand saying, hey, I'm interested in buying exactly what you have to offer. And here's the magic. So someone comes to our lead capture page and they click on a button and we ask them for their name and their email address. Now, what we can do is we can follow up with them over and over and over again. And people register for our webinar, right? And we continue to follow up. So like the entire sales sequence is 100% automated. So let me show you exactly how it works. So we go out to Facebook, and I would write this down, and we place an ad. So that's the first step. Then what we do is we send those people to a lead capture page to capture a lead. We capture their name and their email. Now we can follow up with those people over and over and over again.
Now they're giving us permission to see
Permission
where the magic is.
to market to
Yep.
them. So we place an ad on Facebook. We then capture the lead on a lead capture page. And if you don't know what all of this means, don't worry about it for now. We're going to show you how you can use our system here in a little bit. So we then take people from the lead capture page and we take them through a sales process, right? Where we're selling some sort of a product, right? We take them through a sales process. Now, some people are going to buy from this sales process, and some people aren't. So what we do next is then we send out a series of emails to the people who don't buy, asking them to buy over and over and over again. And the magical thing about all of this is that it's 100% automated. So we place the ad one time, and then the ad continues to get people clicking on it. We built the capture page one time, and it continues to get the leads. We built the sales process we're not doing this video right now to one person at one time.
Right.
We have 30 to 50 to 100 people every day watching this video. As most people watch it in the future, we're going to be out at the beach while
Yeah,
we're watching
we're off
it.
doing other things. For example, right when we're done with this webinar, we'll probably go grab a bite to eat. We usually play basketball, go by the pool at night, and our videos are cranking out results for us all day long. It's really true freedom, true lifestyle freedom.
This is
We
a
want that for
completely
you.
automated system.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, the problem with something like that is that setting up a system like that can take months to do and truthfully years to learn how to do it. So that's why here in just a second, we're actually going to walk you through how you can skip that step completely and simply use our system that's already built and already proven to work amazingly well. If you're excited about that, if you'd like to just use ours instead of taking years learning how to do it, give me a quick yes in the comments if you'd like to just use ours. Here in a sec, we're going to show you how. So what's next? Well, here's the secret weapon. This is what makes all of the magic happen. This is what makes everything work, and this is how you can instantly 10x your income. If you'd like to see how I went from $8,000 a month to $36,000 a month, and how I went from making a few $100 a month to a few $100 a day and getting free and traveling the world, give me a quick yes in the comments, and we're going to show you our secret weapon. So our secret weapon is what we call the high ticket freedom formula, and this is selling a product that pays out high ticket commissions. So why high ticket? Well, when you go out and you market whatever you have on the internet, right, you are going to be paying for advertising. So it's a little bit different than old school network marketing or something like that where you're walking and talking to friends and family. Here, every time you generate a lead, that lead has a cost. And so what happens for most people is they're selling a product that has no profit margins, like the 4-hour work week example.
Right.
If we were running this entire sales funnel and we only got a 50-cent commission or a $5 commission or whatever it is, we're not making $30,000 a month with that.
But we love the book.
Even though we love it, right? We love the product.
Yeah.
But we're not making $30,000 a month with it.
No.
You know what I mean? We need high ticket, right? Like if you look at I got started in this industry in 2009 as a network marketer. For me to make $30,000 a month in that business, I would have needed to build a team of about 30,000 people.
You would need to be a mayor of a small town, pretty much.
Yeah, I pretty much would have had to own like a space on the moon. You know what I mean? Like I needed a team of about 30,000 people to do that. For me and Stapes to make $30,000 a month now, we're earning $3,000 commissions. How many sales is that, Stapes?
About 10 sales.
What would you rather do? Go get 30,000 sales over the next 80 years,
Yeah.
or get 10?
10. I'll
Yeah,
take the
10's
10.
not bad, right?
I'll take
and
the
so
10.
let me show you an example to show you why this is so powerful. So let's take this process, right? This automated system that we showed you earlier, which is the lead capture page, sending them through this sales process. So let's say you send 1,000 leads through this process.
And this is a good time to write this down on a piece of paper so you can see it visually.
So you can see this all for
Yeah.
yourself. So let's say you send 1,000 leads through there. So you have 1,000 people raise their hand saying, hey, yes, I'm interested. And you are in 1% of your leads buy. So in me and Stapes, when we go run a campaign, we always assume a 1% conversion rate. What does that mean? It means that out of every 100 leads we generate, one of them is going to buy. That's always what we assume. Sometimes it converts higher, sometimes it converts a little bit lower. So that would be 10 sales to any product. And let's say you're doing what I used to do. So my first business, it was $500 to join, and anytime someone joined it, I earned $100. I earned a $100 commission, and that's pretty standard in most affiliate marketing kind of industries. So 10 sales on $100 commissions would be $1,000 in commissions. So you generated 1,000 leads and you made $1,000. Now that's not bad, right? I'd be happy with an extra $1,000. But now let's try high ticket. Let's do the exact same thing. Let's generate 1,000 leads through a high ticket offer like Renaissance that pays out a $3,000 commission. So we're generating the exact same amount of leads. We're doing the exact same amount of work. 1% of the leads buy. And you might say, well, wait a second.
Wait a minute, yeah.
Why does it convert the exact same when you're selling something for more money? That doesn't make sense. Well, here's why. Let me give you an example. So I promoted a product for a long time that cost $25 to buy. And then I started selling a product that cost $1,000 to buy. So this $1,000 product is 20 times more money. It's more money, right? There's no way around that. The $25 product converted at 3%. Again, what does that mean? It means that every time I generated 100 leads, 3 of them would buy. Stapes, what do you think the $1,000 product converted at?
3%.
Exactly 3%. It's like, whoa.
Why is that?
Why is that happening? Well, here's why. It's because this $1,000 product had infinitely more value to offer. And so because it was more valuable, the same amount of people bought it. It's just like you're selling a house. Even though a house is $150K, right? People are still buying $150,000 houses because they're getting more value in return. Stapes, does that make sense?
Yeah, the value's higher and the urge to buy increases with that value.
Absolutely.
So it's funny how that works, but it takes the same exact amount of energy to sell a $100 product to a stranger as it is a $1,000 product. It's really fascinating. When I first saw that, I was like, how does that work? It's just the way.
And it works. So we're gonna do high ticket. So earlier we did the regular model with $100 commissions. Now we're doing high ticket. So again, we're generating 1,000 leads, 1%, 10 sales. So same amount of leads, same amount of work, same everything. And this time you're earning $3,000 commissions. Like you're promoting something like Renaissance that pays out a $3,000. So check this out. Every time we sell Renaissance, we aren't making $100. We're making $3,000. $3,000 lightens up the day a little bit.
Yeah. The sun's a little brighter. The food tastes a little better that day.
It's a good day.
It's a good day.
$3,000 commissions shaves off a lot of stress.
It could take the weight off your finances a lot. It could pay for your mortgage, your car payment. Well, it depends where you live. Your groceries. A night out to eat with your wife or your husband. Like, it could pay for a lot of stuff.
That's a full vacation.
One sale can take the weight off.
Okay, but we aren't saying just one sale. We're doing 1,000 leads and 10 sales. And again, this time you're earning $3,000 commission. So same amount of work. Earlier, you made $1,000 from 1,000 leads. This time, 30,000 from the... So you're making 30 times more money. from the exact same amount of work by making one tweak, right? You aren't like you're doing one difference. And that's just selling an offer that pays out high ticket commissions. That is the only difference to the model. And you're earning, so how did I go from earning a few $100 a day to a few $100 a month to a few hundred a day? I started promoting things that cost more money. How did I go from $8,000 a month to $36,000 a month? I started promoting things that made me more money. Right? Like me and Stapes, if we had done the exact same amount of work over the past 30 days, where we combined to make $60,000, and we had just promoted something different, right? The same amount of work, the same energy, the same activity, instead of $60,000, we would have made $2.
And the same amount of buyers too.
The same
kind of funny.
Everything. It would have been the same people.
Yeah,
the same thing.
Exact thing. Yeah.
The exact same amount of effort. We would have made $2,000. Instead, we combined to make $60,000. So, Sapes, do you think you should have a high ticket offer?
I'm with that life. I like that.
It makes it a little bit easier,
Yeah.
doesn't it? Plus, when you're promoting high ticket things, another major benefit is you're working with a higher caliber of person.
That's true.
So, like, they're less it's just it's a good person.
It's a higher value person.
It's a good person to work with. Now, does this work in real life? We're over here like throwing up big numbers, talking about 30,000. Does this work in real life, Stapes?
Let's read the post.
So here's Jaden Easton. This was a post in our Facebook group, and he is our tech lord. And he posted that in our first 30 days of promoting Renaissance, our system, what you're going to get access to here in a little bit, promoting a high ticket offer with $3,000 commissions, we processed $120K between us and the people working with us in our first 30 days. 120 G's.
Yeah.
In 30 days.
If you would have told me I could do that like 2 years ago, I would have probably laughed a little bit.
Dude. Okay. And just to show you that it's not just like, hey, we're processing a lot of money. Here's our personal incomes from that. So these are some of my Renaissance sales. As you can see, I brought in 11 people in a month, not 11,000. You know what I mean? 11. And I did 33,000. This is my referral ledger for Landon Stewart, Renaissance Platinum. 33,000. I used to make 33,000 a year as a college dropout, right? And now I'm making that every single month. Here's Stapes, looking fly, like always. You know what I mean? Stapes, what's the number on this check?
That's $27,160.
What were you doing 6 months ago?
Oh my gosh, per month I was making like $3,000 a month. So I was making about $35,000 a year bartending every single day, 10 hours a day, on my feet, grinding it out.
And then you did 27,000 with our system.
It was a magical, it's magical. Like,
That's
my life is
amazing.
completely changed.
And we'll show you a few more of our members getting results just like this here in a little bit. But first, our question to you is this. What is your freedom number? So a freedom number is the number that sets you free. So, like, for example, if your goal is to be able to quit your job, it might just be replacing that income. So if you're making $3,000 a month, your freedom number is just $3,000 a month. It could be $6,000 a month, $9,000 a month. Go into the comments right now and tell us, what is your number? Is it 3? Is it 6,000? Is it 9,000? Give us your freedom number. And this isn't like the big goal. This is just the number that's going to set you free. This is just the number that's going to give you a nice little bump. Maybe not the Lambo today at least. Just the number that's going to set you free. What's that number?
Mine was 2,500.
25, and how many sales a month is that?
Less than 1.
One. We're not talking about moving armies here. You know what I mean? We're not talking about like being mayors of towns and stuff. We're talking about talking to one person.
Right.
And it's automated through a system.
Right.
Right? So if your freedom number is 6,000 a month, that's 2 sales a month. Do you think you can get to? Do you think people watching this webinar can get to?
Yeah.
I believe. My thought is every single person watching this webinar right now who is willing to take action, follow our formula, plug into our system can absolutely get 2 sales a month. That doesn't guarantee you're going to do it because, again, it's still up to you and your effort. But I 100% believe every person on this webinar right now, we can help you get free if you follow through with what we're going to do.
Write down your freedom number, for sure.
Write it down, and then ask yourself, how many sales is that with a $3,000 commission? It's not going to be 30,000 sales, probably, unless your goal is like 30 million or whatever.
Yeah.
And so what's next? What's the next step here? So you have your freedom number, you like Renaissance, you like what we're doing, so what's next? Well, what Stapes and I would like to do right now is we'd actually like to invite you to work directly with us. So at this point, you kind of have a few options. Your first option is you can take what we've shared with you today and you can go out there and you can apply it yourself. So you can go find your own offer, right? You can go to Amazon or Dell and you could promote their things, or you could go find a different high ticket offer. You could go do all of this on on your own. You could go out there, you could create the system, you could learn the marketing. It took me and Stapes about 15 years combined to learn how to do it, and you could go do that.
Which is cool.
That's a fine option. Your second option is you could work directly with us. And instead of having to guess like what offer is going to convert, what's going to work, you can plug into our exact offer, right? You could just promote Renaissance with us. Instead of going out there and building your own system that took me about 5 years to learn how to build, you could just use our system. Instead of going out there and learning how to craft all of your ad campaigns, you could just use our ad campaigns. And so we don't have space to work with everyone watching because we're only going to be working with a few people. So if you'd like to work with us, here's what's next. So if you decide to work with us today, here's what you're going to get when you do. So there's a few things that you're going to get, and we're going to walk you through that right now. So the first thing you'll get if you decide to work with Stapes and I today is you'll actually get your very own Renaissance membership. Now, Renaissance, again, has access to over 5,000 luxury resorts worldwide. We have weekly prices ranging anywhere from $398 to $799. In fact, $799 is the most you will ever have to pay. That's the most they're allowed to charge within the membership. You'll be able to get trips up to 90% off Expedia and Travelocity. So you're going on the Hawaii trips, you're going on the Malibu, like you're taking the family where they want to go. You get up to 4 weeks of usage per year, and so you get to use it 4 weeks a year. So each trip is 1 week, so you get it 4 times a year. So if you have 4 weeks of vacation at what you're doing, you get to go on a dope trip every year. In fact, Renaissance also comes with a 100-year membership. And you might be like, I might not be alive in 100 years. Well, the good news is that you can actually will it on to your family. So if you have kids or if you have a brother or a sister or whoever, you can will it on. And so like I'll probably be able to enjoy it for the next however many years. And then my kids will be able to enjoy it. This is a legacy piece that lasts forever. So this isn't like you're paying for the Renaissance membership every year like you would with a timeshare.
There's no monthly fees, no annual
one
fees.
Time.
Yep.
It's one time. And if you compare it to a timeshare, so here's a timeshare. I'll show you right here. It's $26,000 is what it costs to buy the timeshare. It's a pretty pricey endeavor. And then on top of that, you have to pay $912 for it every year. So it's 26 G's up front, 912 annually. And here, would you look at that? Inside of Renaissance membership, we have the exact same resort.
Yep.
Except we didn't have to pay the 26 G's. It was included with the membership alongside of another 5,000 resorts. And we get it for $799 for the week.
I heard that's a beautiful place too.
So they pay 26 G's and then 900 use it. We pay $0 up front for this particular resort, right? Because it's included with the membership. And then we pay less than the owner of the timeshare.
It's pretty wild.
That's pretty amazing. And so on top of the luxury vacations you'll get to take and the thousands of dollars you'll save on every trip you take, you're also going to qualify to offer the membership yourself, just like Stapes and I do. And you can earn a $3,000 commission anytime someone decides to get started. And you can do that over and over and over again. There is no cap on the amount of money you can make. And in a moment, we'll actually show you how you can earn those commissions week after week in just a few hours a day. We're going to walk you through that formula in just a second. Now you compare that to my first business idea, right? So my first business idea before I got started in network marketing was a kiosk in the mall to sell t-shirts because I wanted to be an entrepreneur, right? And I started doing research. I'm like, well, I wonder what that would cost. Well, it would have been about $15,000 up front to get started, $1,000 a month for rent and all of that, so $12,000 a year. So it would have been about 27 G's for my first year to own the small kiosk. Then I would have had to work, 40, 60 hours a week because I don't get any time off because I own the thing, right? And at the end of all of that, I might have made about $45,000 a year. Compare that to what Stapes and I are doing now. Stapes, on a daily basis, how many hours are we working?
Probably about 3 to 4.
3 to 4 hours per day, right? We didn't pay $27K up front for it, right? And we're working 3 to 4 hours a day, and we're not making $45K a year. We're combining to make around $60K a month.
Right. It continues to blow my mind.
This is the most this is the first time in history that a business model like this is possible. So instead of that $27,000 like that mall kiosk or the $26,000 like that timeshare, your Renaissance membership, which is a lifetime travel membership, you get it for the next 100 years, and it's a business in the box, and we'll walk you through everything that's included here in a second, is only $49.95. And here's the beautiful thing about it. What we're going to do is show you how you can actually plug into our high ticket freedom formula in Renaissance so that you can start earning those $3,000 commissions without having to spend any of your own money up front. If you'd like to see see how you can get started without having to spend any of your own money up front, zero down, give me a yes in the comments. Stapes, would you like me to walk you through that, bro?
I'm ready.
Let's do it. So you might have read Robert Kiyosaki's book. It's called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. It's the #1 best-selling book of all time.
This was actually the first book that I ever read in personal development when I was like 16.
That's amazing,
My mom
bro.
gave it to me.
That's amazing.
Love
and
you, Mom.
inside of this book, he walks through a few really powerful examples of things. So the first he walks us through is assets versus a liability. So inside of this book, he breaks down that a liability is anything that costs you money. So he says never, ever finance anything that's going to cost you money. So if you finance a thing like the TV, right? It's just sitting there. You're losing money on it every day. But then he walks you through an asset. And an asset is anything that's going to make you money. So this could be like financing a cash flow property that's going to make you money on it. This could be like financing something like a business that's going to make you money. So he has said assets and liabilities. And he says what rich people do, right? Like what his rich dad does is he uses OPM. What's OPM? It's other people's money. He says that rich people, that wealthy people use other people's money to finance their businesses. And Renaissance allows you to do the exact same thing. So if you were to go out and you were to go to the local Sears and you were like, hey, I want to buy a new fridge, and it could be a few thousand or whatever it is, they offer what's called zero down financing, where you don't pay anything up front to get started. You just pay a small monthly rate. Well, the cool thing about Renaissance is that it offers the exact same thing. In fact, Richard Branson talks about the same concept. He talks about how successful entrepreneurs never have the money, right? He never had all of his business ideas. He's a billionaire. He said he never had the money to do any of them because entrepreneurs' ideas are always bigger than their money, right? Elon Musk, same thing. A lot of people think he built his empire on hard money, on money out of the bank. He built his empire on financing.
On credit, yeah.
On financing, and Renaissance offers the same thing. So just like you can get your fridge with no money down and a small monthly rate, you can do the exact same thing with Renaissance. You can leverage other people's money to build your business, to build your wealth. With our no money down option, you don't have to spend any of your own money out of your own pocket to get started, and we'll walk you through how this works in a second. You can actually get Renaissance today with zero down and a rate as low as just $49.95 a month, which will get you access to over 5,000 luxury resorts worldwide and thousands of dollars in savings on every single trip that you take. In fact, if you use your membership just one time a year, Renaissance will actually save you more money each year than what it costs to own. Here's a trip that one of our members took where they saved $2,000 on a single trip. It's saving them more than what it even costs to own.
Right.
Plus, on top of the awesome trips, anytime you refer someone to Renaissance, you earn an instant $3,000 commission, just like our good friend, Andrea Goodstead. So here's our good friend, Andrea Goodstead, who's earned a bunch of $3,000 commissions through Renaissance. We've also had members like Michael Danilick. I think he's like a 21-year-old kid. He got a $3,000 commission. This was in June. Guess what he did in July?
He went to Rome.
He took a really cool trip to Rome. One commission financed an entire trip to Rome.
It's been one of his dreams.
Here's another one of our members right here, Tim Allwell, hanging out with us, who just earned a $3,000 commission. Brenda Gagne, who earned a $3,000 commission. And she wrote in to let us know that she actually earned this while she was on vacation.
While on the beach.
So it paid for her vacation while she was on the vacation.
Right.
That's kind of cool. Here's another one of our members, Tom Murky, who's actually a retired firefighter who's earned $3,000 commissions with Renaissance. Another one of our members, Carlo Layug, I can't even pronounce that last name, who's earned a $3,000 commission with Renaissance. Brandon Odom, who's earned a $3,000 commission with Renaissance. Tyler Tashiro, who just had his biggest month ever. He did $12,000 last month from Renaissance. And how old is Tyler? 22?
Yep.
22-year-old kid doing 12 G's in a month.
It's pretty amazing.
That's not a bad month. And many more who've all earned $3,000 commissions using our high ticket freedom formula. The exact same system that we're going to walk you through here in just a little bit. So again, all you'll have to do is use our proven system to help someone get started without spending any of their own money. Because not only can you get started for $49.95 and no money up front, but guess what? Guess what? The people you refer can do the same thing.
Yep.
And anytime you refer someone, you earn $3,000 commission that day. And we'll show you exactly how you can earn those over and over again here in just a second. In fact, here's one of our members, Jared. So Jared went with our financing option, and he was really excited about it. He's like, hey, my first payment isn't due for 45 to 50 days. It's $49.95 a month. He's like, things that I pay that are more than my Renaissance membership, his cell phone bill, his electric bill, his car insurance, car payment, utility bill, internet bill, burritos. He spends more money on all of those things than what he does on a business that can pay him $3,000 commissions and that can set him free. And here's what's really cool. So as you can see, his name is Jared Grundall. Now let's look at this next slide. Jared Grundall, right? So Stapes actually referred Jared to our community, and that day that Jared got started with no money up front, $49.95 a month, Stapes earned 3 Gs.
And we're going to show you how that's possible. It's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. And it gets even better because that's not all you're going to get when you get started today. You're not just getting the Renaissance membership. I believe you're getting everything you need to succeed. So here's what else is included with our high ticket Freedom Formula package. Again, the first thing is a full Renaissance membership. Number 2 is our done for you marketing system. So you don't have to go out there, and we talked earlier about the lead capture pages and the sales pages and all of these pages, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to go build those. We've built them. Why not just use ours? And the cool thing about ours is that they're already proven to work. So this webinar you're watching right now, you don't have to go write a webinar like this.
Right.
You don't have to go film a webinar like this. You don't have to speak to, you just use ours.
Yep.
It's already working right now. So you're going to get our entire done-for-you marketing system. And we actually charge $297 a month for this. So per year, it's worth about $3,550. And we'll show you how it's included here in a little bit with our system. So you're also going to get, it includes the webinar registration pages, all of our email templates, our exact webinar, everything that we're using right now to do tens of thousands of dollars in sales every month, now hundreds of thousands, you'll get access to immediately. So that you can simply plug in and start getting amazing results right away without spending years like we did creating this stuff. So that brings the total value up to over $8,000 so far. You're also going to get what we call invisible infrastructure. So the amazing thing about this is that this online business, it has the same infrastructure as like a brick and mortar business, except it's invisible. People don't even know it exists. And so this is our training where we're actually going to walk you through how to use the system, how to take the system that we're about to give you in the Renaissance membership and how to set it all up, how to get in and get out with a complete done-for-you system.
And we built this with in mind that we wanted a 12-year-old kid to be able to go through this system click by click and set it up. And we actually had one of our friends, Isaac, who is one of our mentor's son, go through this and set up his own funnel click by click following the instructions we're going to give you guys.
Absolutely.
We wanted to break it down to the
do
ridiculousness.
So if you're worried, like, can I do it? I'm not that good with the tech stuff, with the computers. You can absolutely do this. In fact, around 95% of the people who work with us, they've never set up a lead capture before. They've never set up a Facebook ad before. You're not alone. You are our common client, and we will help you get the results that you're looking for, bringing the total value up so far to over $9,000. You're also going to get our Invisible Empire University. This is our full training platform. Included with it is number 1, my Facebook Ads Mastery. So earlier we talked about how we're generating 30 to 50 leads a day. In fact, that 30,000 that I made, Facebook ads, right? And we're going to walk you through exactly how Facebook ads work, how to set up the Facebook ad, every little nitty gritty tech thing of the Facebook ad, how to set it up, what to say in it. We're going to show you examples of our top ad campaigns so you can pretty much just copy ours, our exact formula, everything Facebook ads. You're also going to get our high level marketing courses like Mark Hoverson's, and we'll introduce you to Mark here in a little bit, but Mark is our 8-figure mentor. A lot of what you're experiencing right now was taught to us by Mark, and he goes over our direct response copywriting secrets. So that eventually, our goal for you is that right now you use our system. And our goal for you is that eventually you go create your own. And we want to teach you those skill sets. We're also going to give you Launch Formula. Back in 2011, the first $500 I ever made online was because of this course. And when me and Stapes launched something to this day, what do we use?
We still follow the Launch Formula.
That Launch Formula that you're going to get.
And
this is our full
they've sold
training platform.
millions and millions of dollars of these courses. Thousands of people have bought these courses over the years, and you guys are going to get them free.
included
Yeah.
with the high ticket freedom formula
Yep.
today. So that brings the total value up to a little over $11,000 because Invisible Empire sells up to $2,000 just for that training. You're also going to get Stapes' Pictures to Profits. This is the Instagram training. This is amazing because this is a 100% free marketing strategy. So if you're thinking like, gee guys, this sounds great, but like funds are a little tight right now. Do you have anything that I can do for like free to start generating sales? Absolutely. Stapes is going to walk you click by click, step by step, how to set up the Instagram profile, what kind of pictures to use. Stapes, you can kind of walk through a little bit of
Yeah, we're going to take you through step by step how to take a complete stranger on Instagram who has no idea who you are. They find your post, they read it, they engage with your story, they opt in, and they become a buyer within 24 to 48 hours of finding you on Instagram. We're going to show you everything, the psychology behind the pictures, the psychology behind what you write, what you put in your bio. Me and Mark actually created this course together. So I have my 8-figure mentor, Mark, who's made $20 million online the past 5 years or so, sitting right next to me, explaining the entire process from his point of view, going through how you guys can set it up on your own.
Absolutely. And that sells on its own for $297, bringing the total value up to almost $12,000. You're also going to get 2 tickets to our next live event. So we do live events every 3 months or so. You're going to get 2 tickets. So you can bring a kid, a son or a daughter or a spouse. You can bring anyone you want, a teammate, someone you know, a lead, someone on Facebook. Anybody you can bring to this event where we are actually going to teach you and dissect exactly what we're doing. Our events are totally different. These aren't fluff events. These aren't motivational events.
No, yeah.
These are events where we come in with our knuckles bloody.
We don't pitch anything.
We don't sell anything. We come in with our knuckles bloody. We're looking over your ad campaigns. We're showing our webinars. We're showing exactly what we're doing, and you get 2 tickets. So you can come meet us.
One of my favorite things about the internet marketing space too is being able to look you in the eye in person. Like, we've been friends on Facebook, you've been reading my emails, you've purchased my stuff. Now I'm able to actually look you right in the eye and tell you I believe in you, show you the way. There's really a magic in being able to meet a lot of our buyers, and I really enjoy that.
We aren't hiding.
Yeah,
you know what I
we're
mean?
not
We're
hiding.
not like, here's an event we just spoke at. These people here, these aren't actors, right? We aren't in politics. You know what I mean? These are not actors. These are real people who paid to come see us speak, and you get 2 tickets to our next event for free, included with this package, bringing the total value up to almost $13,000. You're also going to get our Inner Circle coaching program. This is our ongoing coaching and mentorship program, and it includes 2 things. The first is weekly coaching webinars. So we realize you might have some questions about things. You might want us to review your ads, and we'd love to look over your ads. We'd love to answer your questions. Like, for example, we just did a webinar for our clients, and you'll actually get access to it as soon as you join, where we walk through exactly what we did to process 120K in just 30 days. And we're doing these all the time, showing you exactly what's working now. You're also going to get access to our private Facebook community, so that if you have a question in the weekly webinar is 3 days away, guess what? You can pop into this group anytime. We have 262 members in here. We have 6, 7, and 8-figure earners in here, and you can ask away anytime. Hey guys, I have this question. Hey guys, I'm getting leads for $5. What should I do to get it down to 2? Whatever your question is, you can pop into this group anytime and have that question answered by 6, 7, and 8-figure
Super
earners.
valuable.
Super powerful. And that sells on its own for $97 a month. So over a year is $1,200 almost. So that brings the total value of this entire high ticket freedom formula package up to $13,997. Now you might be wondering, Landon Stapes, this sounds great. I love it. I want Renaissance. I want to be able to travel. I want to be able to make money and earn $3,000 commissions. Who doesn't? But how much is it? And that's a really good question. Before I answer it though, let me ask you this. What is a profitable business like this worth to you? So for me and Stapes, right now a profitable business like this is worth about $60,000 a month combined. Right? Like that's a pretty good business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we're not out there working at the restaurant all day slaving away. No, like we're
not solving diseases.
No, we're just trying to make some money online.
Yep.
And to you, this could be worth $3,000 a month, $6,000, $10,000 a month, right? Imagine over your lifetime the amount of value. Over the past couple of years, me and Stapes have now combined to do over $500,000, right? Like with businesses just like this. How much would you pay to have a profitable business? Now, let me actually walk you through this. So the system that you're going to get, so we're giving you a done-for-you system. That cost me and Stapes $25,000 to build. If we came out on this webinar and we're like, hey, you're going to get everything, the system, Renaissance, everything, $25,000 and it's yours, would you be willing to do that? Actually, go into the comments and answer that. Give me a yes or no if you'd pay $25,000 for everything we've walked you through. Some people are probably thinking no. Some people are probably thinking, yeah. Well, what if we were to tell you that it now makes us over $60,000 a month? $20,000 one time to make $60,000 a month.
Right.
That's over $700,000 a year from 25 one time. Was that a good investment for me and Stapes?
I think so.
That was a pretty good investment. And again, to show you the power of this, we have someone willing to pay us $100,000 a month to use it. So again, with the high ticket freedom formula, you're getting everything that you need to start getting the results that you want right away. You are getting the Renaissance membership, so you can travel the world and earn $3,000 commissions. You're getting our full done-for-you marketing system, so you don't have to create the marketing system. You're getting all of the training, showing you how to do the ads, how to generate the leads, how to do the Instagram. You get to come to our next live event, and you get ongoing coaching and mentorship from Stapes and myself included with this package. The total value is about $14,000. Again, we spent over $25,000 to build this system, so you can see, well, it's actually not a bad deal at only $13,997. But when you get started today, you won't have to pay that $14,000 because here's what Stapes and I have decided to do. We have decided to make it as easy as humanly possible for you to get started today so that you can start earning commissions right away. So here's the deal, and this is important. This deal that we're about to make to you, this isn't available this isn't like something like, let me go ask the dog and see what this isn't something
Talk
to
to the
think
mailman.
about. This is available on this webinar today. And here's what that deal is. When you get your Renaissance membership today, without having to spend any of your own money up front, and a small monthly rate as low as $49.95 a month, Stapes and I are actually going to give you everything else. The marketing system, the Invisible Empire University, Facebook Ads Mastery, the Pix to Profit training, 2 tickets to the event, our Inner Circle ongoing coaching, all of that we are going to give to you for free. Stapes, is that a pretty cool thing?
I'm liking it.
I like that, meaning that for the price of Renaissance alone, which can be financed for as low as $49.95 a month, just like you go finance a TV or the fridge or anything else, can be financed for as low as $49.95 a month. You're going to get everything that you need. Everything, the Renaissance membership, the system, the training, everything, so that you can finally start generating the results that you want and deserve in your life. You're getting a complete done-for-you marketing system, a system that's already making us each over $30,000 a month. You're getting the ability to earn instant $3,000 commissions, starting as soon as this week. You're getting to travel the world in style, stay at the most luxurious resorts, and save thousands of dollars on every trip you take. And with Renaissance, you're just one sale away from going full-time online. $3,000 a month would have set me free a few years ago. It actually did. That's when I quit my job, was at $3,000 a month. So again, all you have to do today is get Renaissance, which you can do with no money down and a small monthly rate as low as $49.95. And Stapes and I are going to give you our entire high-ticket freedom formula package, including literally everything that we have mentioned so far, everything that you need, the full system for free. Cool. You happy, Stapes?
Yep, I'm pumped over here. I'm smiling.
Here's how to get started. We're going to walk you through it. Now, obviously, because of the amount of time, money, and energy that goes into the clients we bring in, we can't make this offer available to everyone. So in a moment, you'll need to take action fast. So here's what's next. If you'd like to work directly with Stapes and myself and our community of winners and use our system to start earning $3,000 commissions right away, here's what you need to do right now. So you can get started now without having to spend any of your own money up front by submitting a free application today. So this application is not asking for your credit card info. It's not asking for you to pay for anything. In fact, what will happen next is you'll actually hop on the phone with one of our business coaches. And on that call with our business coach, that coach will help you decide if this is a good fit for you or not. And so you aren't buying anything yet. You aren't committing to making a purchase. All you're doing is submitting an application where we are going to see if this is a good fit for you. And as soon as you do that, within the next 24 to 48 hours, you're going to hop on the phone with one of our coaches, and they're going to see if it's a good fit for you. And if it is, they'll help you get started. And if it's not, then that's totally fine too. So
and
what
where
I'm
do they
going to
click
do,
the link?
Yeah, and so the link will pop up right beside this video. So you'll see a button to the right-hand side, and depending on where you're watching it, the button could be below this video. So it'll either be below or to the right. There'll be a button around here somewhere. It says, yes, I'm ready to get started now. go ahead and click on that. And what we're going to do is I'm actually going to walk you through that application. So go ahead, and it's 100% free to fill out. There's no money that you're paying right now whatsoever. It's completely free. And so what we're going to do is actually walk you through that application. So what you'll want to do is just go ahead and fill out that application with us so that you're in the right spot.
You can close out your window, keep the video going if you'd like, and then fill it out on the side, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You can actually fill this out right now. You don't have to wait. In fact, when you click the button to the right-hand side, this will open up in a new tab for you. So this will be in a new tab. This webinar will continue to play for you. You can continue to watch even as you're filling it out. And I'm going to go ahead and fill it out with you.
We'll breeze through this.
Absolutely. So it says, what's your first and last name? So the first question's easy. Go in and type in your first and last name. And then it asks, hey, did you watch the webinar with Landon and Stapes? Click yes, because you did. You're watching it. And then it says, based on the webinar you watched, what are you most excited about? And this just gives us an idea of what really excites you. And for me, I'm excited about all of it. So I'm going to choose all of the above. And then it says, on a scale of 1 to 5, how interested are you in leveraging our Freedom Formula to create a profitable online business? For me, I'm very interested, so I'm going to choose a 5. Then we ask you to tell us a little bit about yourself. What are you struggling with in your life right now? Why do you want this, right? It could be, hey, I want to start traveling around the world. Hey, I want to see my family more. Hey, I really want an online business. You write whatever I'm just going to write okay, but write whatever your answer is. You can go into some of your problems
too.
Absolutely. And then let us know what your income goal is. And be truthful here and also stretch a little bit. And the reason why we're asking you for your monthly income goal is so that we can help you reach it, so that our coaches can give you a plan to get there. So I'm going to choose 30,000 plus a month because that's my personal goal, but you choose yours. And then we ask you, hey, if we're going to show you exactly how to do this, will you follow our instructions? I'll choose yes. You choose whatever's best for you. And then we ask us to tell us a little bit about why you think you'd be a good fit to work with us.
This helps us get to know you a little bit.
It helps us get to know you. And so you can write in here, hey, I'm a hard worker. Hey, I follow instructions. Hey, I'd love for this to work for me. So just tell us a little bit about you and why you feel like you're a good fit to work with us. And then we ask you, hey, again, the high ticket Freedom Formula is $49.95, can be financed for as low as $100 a month. We actually have a new financing that we're using where it's now about $49.95 a month, but it'll be in that range. And so we ask, hey, if you're selected as a potential candidate to do well with us, do you have access to those financial resources? And I'm going to go ahead and choose yes, I have access, and you just let us know. And then we're going to ask you, great, would you like to pay for that using your own money, or would you like to pay using our financing? I'll go ahead and just use our financing. And then we're going to ask you for your email address so that we can contact you. And I'll go ahead and just write a fake email address here so I don't get blown up with emails. And then we're going to ask for your best phone number. So I'll enter in a phone number. You're going to want to enter in a real phone number. And then we're going to ask you, hey, what's the best time to reach you at? Morning, afternoon, or evening? I'll choose afternoon. And you might not get a call at that exact time you choose. It just gives our coaches an idea of when is best for you. And then you click this submit button. And as soon as you submit your application, you are going to come to this page right here. And this page is very cool. It's our post-application page. It's kind of our goodie page. And we have a little bit of homework for you to complete before this call. Plus, we have some bonus training videos. Like we have a bonus training with Mark Hoverson.
It's a powerful training.
Oh, it's one of the best trainings, and we'll explain more of it here in just a little bit. But you'll be able to watch some bonus trainings, and you get access to these bonus trainings by simply filling out the application without even getting started. What's that, bro?
I was going to say, we walk them through some of our resorts too, which is pretty cool.
Absolutely. We show you some of the resorts. You'll learn a lot more about the travel membership. This will allow you to do your due diligence so that you fully understand and are fully aware of exactly how this works. So again, go ahead, click the button to the right, fill out that application. It's going to take you 60 seconds to 2 minutes. And then you're on the homework page. You can watch a few of those videos and you can begin preparing for that call with your coach, and your coach will help decide if this is a good fit for you. If we are incredibly confident this can work for you, we believe you're a good fit to work with us, we'll invite you in and we'll help you get the results that you want.
So we're in bonus time now.
This is bonus time. So now the question is, if all this did was allow you to take your dream vacation each year and every year from this point forward at 80-90% off, would it be worth it for you to fill out that application to get started today? If all it did was allow you to earn an extra $3,000 a month from the comfort of your own home, would it be worth it? If all it did was finally give you a profitable business so that you could really be proud of, that you could show the friends and they wouldn't laugh. You know what I mean? That they're like, wow, you're really doing something.
Work.
I'm proud of you. And if all of this did was eliminate years of frustration and guesswork because you finally plugged into a marketing system that was already proven to work, Would it be worth it? And we're going to do a Q&A here in just a few minutes to answer any questions you might have. But first, let's talk about why we're doing this. So again, I ran into that problem a few months ago where I really wanted to give my friends the system. I had good, close friends that came to me and they were like, hey, I want to work with you. I want to use your system that you're using to make $30,000 a month. I want to do that.
Yeah.
And I literally had to say no. I couldn't say yes. And that was like frustrating. It was disappointing
Because
for me.
life's always better when you have friends around you making money too.
Yeah, it's way better to make more money with your friends.
It's lonely when you're the only one making money in your life.
And so the first reason is pretty altruistic,
Yeah.
right? We want you to win. I wanted to make money with my friends, and I want to help you win. The second reason is not quite as altruistic, which is when you get started, me and Stapes earn $3,000.
Yeah.
And that's pretty cool. And when you share this webinar with others through our ad campaigns, not by like cold calling people, but
Right.
through our campaigns, you're going to earn $3,000. And that's pretty cool too. So that's why when you get started with Renaissance today, we're going to give you our entire high ticket freedom formula system for free. We aren't charging anything for the system. You're just getting Renaissance and everything else is free. So now you have two choices. Your first option is you can do nothing and not take this leap of faith, which is 100% risk-free. And your second option is to fill out your free application and just give it a shot. See if it's a good fit for you. By filling out your application, you don't have any obligation to join whatsoever. All we're doing now is discovering if this is something that's going to be a good fit for you. And you're going to get a ton of real value out of the call with our coaches, whether we decide to work together or not. And if on this call, we do believe this is a good fit for you, and we're extremely confident you're going to get great results with our system, our team of coaches will invite you to work with us and help you get started. So you can feel safe knowing that we're only going to invite you in if we are 100% certain that we can help you get the results you want. So go ahead and click the button below or to the right to get started now. And here's why you'll want to get started now. By now, you most likely realize that high ticket's the way to go. Like, it's amazing. With high ticket, you only need a few customers to make a lot of money. For me and Stapes to make $60K last month, we would have needed a team in network marketing of about 60,000 people. Or we would have needed to sell 50,000 pizzas if we owned a Pizza Hut franchise
Right.
or something. Like, it would have been a lot of work in any model. But here, between the two of us, it was 20 customers. That's not a lot of customers. One sale a month, you're full-time online. 3 sales a month, that's $9,000 a month, and you're at over 6 figures a year. You're doing doctor and lawyer income from a few people a month.
Right.
But the obvious problem with high ticket has always been it can sometimes be difficult for people to come up with the high ticket money to get started. And we've solved that problem once and for all. Because with Renaissance, people can get started, you included, without spending any of their own money up front and pay just a tiny monthly rate after that. So this is like low ticket pricing with high ticket $3,000 commissions. When someone finances, like Jared, he financed it. He paid $0 out of pocket and then $49.95. And guess what? Stapes earned $3K that day. The day he got started, even though he didn't spend any of his own money up front.
Right.
So think about it. With Renaissance, you earn $3,000 anytime someone simply commits to a tiny monthly payment. And you'll even get to use our proven $25,000 system to do all of the telling and selling for you. Let me give you an example. So for me to make $30,000 a month, here's what I had to do. I had to build out an automated sales process, code the webinar registration pages, code the thank you pages, write the sales copy, write the emails, create the compelling webinar, hire on coaches, and after all of that, right? After like years of learning and months of implementing, I finally got to drive traffic, you place an ad on Facebook and make money, right? Compare that to Stapes over here. Stapes is a good guy, and Stapes got started with my system that I built, that I did all of that work for, and he made $9,000 in his first month and $27,000 with it last month. And what did Stapes have to do? Not any of that. All he had to do
Just do one thing.
was place an ad,
Yep.
drive traffic, and make money. And when you get started today, what will you have to do?
Drive traffic and make money.
Place an ad. And we'll be showing you exactly how to do that, obviously, inside of our system. So here's what you need to do right now to get started today. Click the button below or to the right, wherever you're watching this. We have it playing in a few different places.
Don't wait for it to finish. Just do it now.
Yeah, go ahead and do it right now so that by the time this is over, you're ready to go. Because the second this webinar ends, the deal goes away. So you want to do it right now and then simply fill out your free application on the very next page because it gets even better. On top of everything we've already mentioned, by filling out your application now during this webinar, you'll also get these bonuses. You're going to get 2 bonuses from us just for filling out the application. So if we're not even getting started, just for filling out the app, which is free and will take you 60 seconds, you're going to get a training with me called the 7 Lost Secrets of Success. Inside, I outline exactly how I went from broke and struggling in every area of my life to implementing 7 laws in my life that took me from there to creating a multiple 6-figure income. You're absolutely going to love this video. And you're also going to get Mark Hoverson, our 8-figure mentor, his training called Mind Benders and Wealth. I watch this training at least a minimum of once a month to this day. You are absolutely, it's an event that he spoke at in front of about 1,000 people, walking you through exactly how he's created an 8-figure business.
And this is
You're
all on the
absolutely
goodie
gonna love
page
it.
that you're going to get.
It's all on that page that we showed you a second ago where the homework is. Below the homework, you'll see these bonus trainings. You'll get access to them immediately after you fill out that application. And again, when you get started with us today and you begin working with us, here's what you're going to get. You're going to get a full Renaissance membership. What does that include? Access to over 5,000 resorts worldwide. Access to $3,000 commissions anytime you refer someone. You're going to get our done-for-you marketing system, so you don't have to create webinars like this. You don't have to create the pages. You're going to use ours. You're going to get access to the Invisible Empire University, where we are going to walk you through exactly how to set all of this up and our best training on how we create incomes on the internet. You're going to get access to Pictures to Profits, Facebook Ads Mastery, 2 tickets to our next live event, our Inner Circle membership, so that we can coach you ongoing and help you go from 0 to 3,000 a month, then from 3 to 9, and from 9 to 18, and how to do that in a systematic way. Plus, you're going to get the bonuses just for filling out your application today. So the real question is it worth gambling just a few minutes of your time to check this out? Which, if it only does half of what we've claimed on this training today, will pay for itself hundreds of times over. In fact, you're just one ad campaign from your first big month online. So Stapes placed this ad, right? It did 9,000 in a month. This wasn't like you didn't do hundreds of ads, did you?
No, it was my first ad I've ever written.
One ad.
Yeah, following Facebook Ads Mastery.
And did 9,000. Created doctor income. And did it take like a year to build up to that?
No, it was my first month.
Like, what happened like the first day the ad went live?
The first day I went live, I woke up to about 20 to 25 leads and $1,000 sale. The very next day the ad went live.
Are you freaking kidding me, dude? Your first day, leads and income.
Right.
That's amazing, dude. So you aren't years away from making this work.
It
You're
can happen.
one good ad campaign.
And that's what we tell people. You're literally one ad away, one moment away from your biggest breakthrough online. One ad can set you free, just like it did for me. And tons of other people on our team.
Absolutely. So here's what you need to do to get started today. Click the button to the right or below. It says, yes, I'm ready to get started now. And then fill out your free application on the very next page. And here's the concept I want to talk about called OPE. So earlier we talked about OPM. What was OPM? It's using other people's money, right, to build your business. Well, essentially, this offer that we have for you today is OPE. What do we mean by that? We mean other people's everything. Right? So like if you look at this offer, you didn't have, like Renaissance has access to billions of dollars in real estate. Stapes, for us to sell that, did we have to go pay billions of dollars?
We didn't buy it. We didn't build it.
Did we build the company of Renaissance?
Nope, we don't own that.
We don't own the company. We didn't hire the customer support people.
Nope.
Nope. And then we did build the system. Me and you did. But you watching won't have to build the system. Won't have to build the company. You are using other people's money to get started. You're using other people's ad campaigns.
This is an intellectual property. These are other people's ideas, other people's mistakes, other people's experiences.
This is
everything.
Years of energy that has gone into creating something that works that you get to tap and plug into today.
Yeah, this is other people's everything.
That's amazing.
That's pretty cool.
Let me ask you this. How long, right now, in your current model, does it take for you to earn $3,000? So I used to earn about $3,000 per month at my old job, right? I would sell ads to businesses over the phone for a company called Yellowbook. For me to earn that $3,000, I had to work about 160 hours, about 40 hours a week. It was actually, including the drive, it was a 30-minute drive there and back. I was probably putting in about 200 hours a month. And that is not just like hours, that's also pain. That's also my boss yelling at me for things that were outside of my control. That's also customers being upset with me. Like, it's a lot of stress.
You can't take care of yourself when you're at work?
Oh, I was overeating because I was so stressed out all the time. Like, it was pain, mental, physical, spiritual, everything pain to earn $3,000. Now we earn $3,000 Like by people watching a webinar.
Right.
By people watching a video. Last month we did 30,000.
And we want that for you.
And we want that for you. How long does it take you? Think about that for you. And here it's just one commission. It's just one person, one ad
Right.
away from doing it. So again, to get started, click the button to the right and then fill out that application. It'll take you about 60 seconds. Then you're on the goodie page, the homework page. And then within the next 12 to 48 hours, you're on the phone with a coach seeing if this is a good fit for you. Now, let's pretend for a moment that you don't get started today and you keep going down the path you're on now. How long is it going to take for you to create the income you deserve? We all get started in this industry for different reasons, with different dreams. When I got started, I always believed that I could someday go on vacation, and even without working, be able to watch my income grow. But there was no evidence that was ever going to be possible for me. But I just kept dreaming about it anyways, and I dreamed that I could someday somehow wake up in the morning feeling rested and energized, realizing that thousands of dollars in commissions hit my bank account while I was sleeping at night. But even though I dreamed about that, I didn't know for sure if that would ever be my reality. I was just sick and tired of working for somebody else, never having the freedom to do what I wanted. I thought if I could just make an extra $3,000 a month, I'd quit my job and I'd be happy. Now that I've done that and a lot more, I realize that it's way simpler than I ever imagined. I now get to travel the world, sleep in every day, work when I want to work, help tons of people, and have a bunch of fun doing it. And what made this lifestyle possible is exactly what you're going to get when you get started with our high ticket freedom formula today. Again, this is the same system that we're using right now. I did over $31,000 just last month. So again, what you need to do right now is click the button to the right, then fill out the application on the very next page to get started now. And why should you take action now? Because aren't you sick and tired of not being able to get the results that you want in your life? Don't you wish you knew for sure that when you spent your time and your money marketing, you were actually going to create the income you know you deserve? Then click the button to the right to get started now. And keep in mind, this isn't costing you anything. This is actually saving you time and money. Because if you use your Renaissance membership just once a year, it'll save you more money each year than what it costs to own. If you were to go buy all of this right now, like you go to our site and you're buying each of these individually a la
Which
carte,
are for sale.
which we do sell each of these things on their own, it would be about $14,000. But if you fill out your free application now, you can get started today without spending any of your own money up front. And you'll get instant access to our entire high ticket freedom formula system for free. It's worth about $9,000 total. Like if you were to buy it all individually, it'd be about $9,000. And you get that for free today. You've watched this entire presentation. You know you want to earn $3,000 commissions. I do. You know this is an excellent value, so take advantage of this incredible offer, the amazing bonuses, and click the button. Again, it's either below or to the right, depending on where you're watching, to lock in your spot and get started today. So here's what we want to do now. We realize you might have some questions about things. We're going to go over the most popular questions that we get asked. If you have a question outside of these questions, it's okay. When you hop on the phone with that coach, your coach will answer any questions that you might have about anything. So one popular question we get.
And you can also leave a comment in the box to the right, and we actually will see that comment, and one of our coaches will actually reach out to you with a response.
Absolutely. So one popular question we get is, how is it possible to earn $3,000 when someone gets started with no money down? Well, that's a great question. So here's how this works. So this is financing. So what happens is we have a few financing options that we work with, and we'll refer you to one of our partners and one of our financing options. And when you do that, you will actually get the full $5,000, and then that $5,000 goes to Renaissance. So Renaissance is getting paid the full $5,000, and then the monthly rate of $49.95 or $100, depending on where we get it for you, is going back to the financing company, right? And so Renaissance is getting the full $5,000, and so that's why the day a $5,000 payment goes through, you earn a $3,000 commission. It doesn't take years. It's that day. Anytime someone finances it with no money down and a small monthly rate.
And one of the cool parts is your customer's first payment isn't for another 30 or 60 days at sometimes.
Yes, so we have members come in and earn $3,000 before they've paid $1 to Renaissance.
Right.
That's amazing. Your next question might be, how soon can I book my first vacation after I get started? And that's a good question. It's 7 days. So 7 days after you're in, you'll be fully activated and you can book a vacation. And you can book vacations as 6 months out or 2 weeks out, but it takes 7 days for your membership to activate. You might also be wondering, how is it possible to earn $3,000 on a $5,000 product? Because like Walmart, they pay out like a 1% commission. Or if you look at Amazon, I think Amazon Amazon is 5%. So if you sold a $5,000 product through Amazon, you're not earning a very big commission. So why are we paying out 60% commissions? That's a great question, and here's why. Most companies, what they do is they spend a lot of money on advertising, right? So a lot of money is going to TV, to Facebook ads, doing all of these things. In Renaissance, instead of spending all of that money on advertising, is giving that money to us. So we are basically their advertisers. The affiliate is advertising for the company. And so because of that, they can afford to give us a bigger piece of the commission, right? Like big companies, they're still spending this $3,000 on the $5,000 sale. It's just going to the TV. You know what I mean?
It's going to Travelocity.
Yeah, it's going to those people. Here, it's going to normal people like you and I. And so that's how it's possible. You know, I'm wondering, what if I already have a business of my own? I've already got an online business. I'm already an affiliate marketer or a network. You've already got your own deal. This is totally fine. This does not interfere with what you're doing. This isn't a network marketing program. It's simply an affiliate deal. It'd simply be like if you were referring someone to your friend to buy a car. You know what I mean? Like the person I bought my car from, he's like, hey, if you refer anyone my way, I'll give you $100. It's the exact same concept. It wouldn't interfere with what I'm doing, right? So if you've already got a network marketing business, we recommend adding this onto the back end. So any person that buys the network marketing business, be like, hey, we've also got this other offer, and that'll make you way more money. And so here's what we're going to do right now. What we're going to do for you now is we are going to play a quick 3-minute video from a video with some of our clients talking about some of the results they've gotten using our system. And at the end of that 3 minutes, this deal goes away. The $9,000 worth of products for free is gone. So what you want to do right now as this video plays is click the button to the right or below this video and get started, right? Like start diving in, fill out that application so that by the end of this 3 minutes, you are in. And so at the end of that, the offer goes away. So go ahead, click the button to the right and get started right now.
Yeah, and if you're here after almost 2 hours and you've watched the presentation and you've heard everything we're sharing with you, there's a reason. There's a reason you're still on this webinar. There's a reason you're still leaning in, listening. And we don't want you to be here a year from now watching a different webinar in a different time in your life in a different place. I've been there. I've studied webinars for years and never took action. Don't wait. Take action now. Submit your application, guys. We would love to meet you at our next live event. We would love to hop on the phone with you. Submit your app now. Pay close attention to the video that's about to play, and we'll see you guys on the inside.
Hi, this is Annie from Dallas, Texas, and I want to give a quick shout out to Landon and Stapes.
What's up, guys? My name's Rob Thomas from the beautiful mountains of Vail, Colorado. And today I just wanted to give a quick shout out to my boys Landon and Stapes.
And I wanted to give a quick shout out to Landon and Stapes.
To Landon and Stapes, thank you so much. 1,000 thank yous for what you gentlemen have shared with me and have taught me.
I just wanted to do a quick shout out to Landon and Stapes. Tell you guys I appreciate everything you did putting together this awesome system for people. I'm a full-time internet marketer, doing multiple 5 figures a month now. Been in the industry about 18 months, but this offer, this funnel, this system that's put together for you guys, that you get access to some of the best training I've ever seen. Stuff that you don't get anywhere else it's really, really good. It's an amazing opportunity for people. I'm already seeing a lot of new people plug in with this and get a lot of results a lot quicker than it took me.
Ever since meeting Landon and Stapes, not only have they provided me with the system that I've always wanted and knew was out there, but they've also provided me with a step-by-step instruction on how to go about creating that. So right now I'm currently creating my capture page. I have every single step of my upcoming funnel ready to go, and I'm just so excited for the future. So thank you guys so much, not only for being great mentors, but for being incredible friends. You guys are really just truly good people, and I appreciate everything you've done for me.
Yeah, I went from someone that is struggling, frustrated, unclear on what I wanted to do in my business to somebody that is laser focused, knows exactly what goals I'm reaching for, and now I have an actual technical understanding of the things I need to do on the daily basis. And if it weren't for Landon's just mastery of Facebook and knowing how to sell, and if it weren't for Chris's ability to story tell in a way that is so captivating that it attracts like-minded people to want to do business with him, I don't know where I would be. I would probably be back at T-Mobile selling mobile phones to people, being just completely frustrated with my life, feeling like I was a failure. But now I feel like I'm on the right track to win, and it's all because of Landon and Chris. So guys, I want to say thank you for everything you guys do.
Okay, so again, click the button to the right. Get started right now. Like Stapes mentioned a second ago, we don't want to see you on a webinar 5 years from now wishing you would have gotten started today, right? It said that when's the best time to plant a tree? 20 years ago. When's the second best time? Today. This is the time to get started. I believe every person watching this webinar right now has the potential inside of them to do great things to create the results that you want. I believe we can help you. Fill out that application. We'll hop on the phone with our coaches. We'll see if you're a good fit. And if you are, we'll see you at the next live event. I believe in you. Appreciate you. See you soon.